Alright, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 1 between Meadow and Chaz. With Chaz killing first, gonna be Hillbilly going all the way to the other side of the map, passing all their totems in the meantime. And it's gonna be on the Groaning Star House 2. I'm here's Little Regarding. Right before we jump into the action, Outcast Andrew, help me out here.
I'm doing great. I'm excited. Very spicy build. No corrupt intervention, which is very interesting, which kind of suggests confidence on the part of our killer, Dino Melon. Sorry, I don't know how much you said there. We've got Chads. We got Dino Melon killing for Chads versus Team Meadow. I'm gonna say this right from the get-go. I love both these teams. I am friends with people on both these teams. I'm really excited to see them. Dino is a heckin' awesome killer, but these survivors are nothing to scoff at. We got Furious tossing pallets and getting out of dodge. And we shall see how this goes. It's interesting. We do see Kuzeka rocking the No Mither, which is a nice little pick for the Billy game. So I like that. Did you say No Mither or No Mither? Nice curve! Did you say No Mither or No Mither?
I say no thank you, as I don't like going into the games broken, but obviously these survivors have a good strat up their sleeve.
Valid.
As one totem down. Actually, so there's no corrupt intervention.
No corrupt.
Oh.
Ruin's gone. So there's still one active totem. Ruin's gone, though. Yeah. Oh, wait. No.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They broke 2 totems.
I think they've cleansed 2 totems. They have actually aggressively cleansed the totems out of the game, leaving just Thanatophobia really up at the moment with 4% slowdown. Immediately finding... Where are they finding Chase so fast? And they're not even committing to them. They're just like... It's like a fox running into a hen's coop, stirring up a bunch of trouble, and then leaving.
Yeah. You're right, though. Yeah, so I didn't even notice the Undying until while I was talking there. Looks like a lot of good progress on main. We are going to see Contra, but I think Dino's just happy charging out, like you said, stirring the bee nest and then running back to hook. It's really interesting considering the totem he has left. You guys saw he had 3 totems to start, and he's down to 1. But I think we might be just trying to secure second stage here because we still are at 5 gens, even though I think a couple will maybe pop for this. Definitely main and maybe another. Well, main should be done for this, I think. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
but
it should
the
be.
other one might not.
They'll get close to another one, and again, for this, as soon as the second stage is secured, they're going to immediately bounce away.
They're probably going to go find Wait a minute, this is spicy. Did he see her?
Ooh.
He must have seen her.
No.
Oh, he's just assuming.
Again, they were trying to shake someone loose. Again, some of these survivors, like the killer knows they're in an area, but the survivor, all they have to do is just play it really chill, really patient, and
there
their
she
totem
goes.
going down in the meantime as well.
I think that was Lily, right? No, that was so Lily got the unhook there. Lily's stealth amazing there because Dino went to the right spot and just didn't find her. That's incredible. Anyways, so we are trying to finish our tunnel out on Furious, but yeah, we are a one totem. We are a 1 perk Andy at this point. What was Kuzeka doing?
About to be a 3 survivor team, Andy, though, as
yeah.
Zoning this survivor. I mean, I imagine you try and get the down here onto Renato, and then go from there.
You have to hook him though, right? Otherwise, you get nothing for this. So this actually, unless someone picks up Furious, this won't work. But this might have been worth it. Also, if Furious goes to the corner, there might not be a hook.
There should be one on the opposite side, I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, there's one on the opposite.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe. Okay, so maybe we hold this. We do have our slug death on the ground. We hold this to maybe get more stages. Dino seems to be playing. If I can kind of try and decipher what's going on here. This is a very 4K1 play, because this is more camping, right? Now if we get this pick though, that's gonna change what I just said. If this is actually scary. If the survivor goes down here, this is no longer 4K1. This is looking like 4K2. But we do see the other survivor coming in too. That's a dead zone, by the way. Have you seen this?
Oh, it absolutely
And they got
is.
Furious up. They got Furious up.
Yeah, they got them up and go to the other side, so they're all out of dodge. They're saying, fine, you can have that. We don't care.
That's interesting. Dino was in a really strong position here with his slug out on the ground and dead. Were we maybe worried about DS? I don't know. We're gonna camp Kuzeka to second here.
I'm not really sure.
I'm a little confused about what happened there. I feel like if you take the hook on Furious, even if they get the unhook on Zeka, you're still in really good shape. But Now they've kind of managed to come back a little bit, but we do find Furious, and if Furious goes down quickly, then everything I just said also doesn't matter. So, good chainsaw.
They right over the top, and there's obviously now definitely no chance of Decisive Strike happening as the unhook does come in after second stage was secured. This will be Death Hook onto Ada, and we do see at least 2 separate gens pumping away. Billy will be able to come over here and interrupt them a little bit, apply some little bit of gen regression to it, and be on their way. But now they're back to 2% slowdown on Thanatophobia. Not the worst at Thanatophobia. Obviously, like, you know, oh, but they actually fight. Oh no, and that was the dead hard that was baited out.
Oh, did he? I didn't see it there. My goodness, you're right. I was going to say that was Contra's gen by Shaq that had a lot of progress, and Contra had rotated for the save. So I think Lily's been working on the logs where Dino found, where our Billy found Furious. And now Zeka, who also went to second stage, is dead. Can they pop another gen or two before we see the snowball into the end game? Contra's not gonna, but Lily likely will get that gen done. If Contra can get out of this corner, Lily might be able to rotate around and get that, oh my goodness, good curve. Lily might be able to go around and get Contra's gen done too, but Contra's gotta try and take chase away from this area. And unfortunately, Dino's on point with these, not unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you're rooting for. Dino's on point with these curves today.
Yeah, they leave that slug on the ground. They're going to be looking for the 4K too. This is a really strong result on the Hillbilly, as I would say 4K1 is pretty average for the killer. Sometimes 4K0 if you're really going crazy, but 4K2 is quite a bit on the good result side for any S tier here, especially on Groaning Storehouse 2. And I imagine we're going to see them stealth that is, and I think that they actually,
nice to pull it.
That was a pickup, or if that was unbreakable.
Oh, but you're not wrong. I think that might have been unbreakable.
Worth noting is that if this was to try and force a fresh bleed out, it would actually be pretty strong, just because it would give them a chance to have a better win condition than just 4K2 tie. But regardless, going and chasing for their life. I'm curious if Nancy has rotated to a different gen, and if they can make this chase last, as this is very tough to chase against a good Hillbilly.
It's interesting too. So just looking at them, I don't know. I haven't looked at the perks and whatnot. They were going to get the down on Huntress. So for the record, Lily did get the first unhook on Furious. So that could be our Deliverance. I believe Deliverance allowed this. So that could be our Deliverance survivor. So I'm sure Dino knows that, because Dino saw Nancy going up for the save. Had a little bit of progress on that one gen. Picks up Contra again. So now they both are definitely over there.
Yeah, and we even see scratch marks over there.
Lily was on this gen. She stopped progression on that gen.
It does make sense that one did have the most progress. If you could try and take the chase away from here long enough, it would be great, but obviously not able to. Trying to get a swing, but going to miss. And now they're in chase with the Nancy. Nancy actually getting 2 main building filler over here. And I imagine they're going to be trying and zoning him away from this. Oh, they actually get the body block.
Oh no, she tried to double back!
Oh, that is brutal.
Good effort by Lily to try and make it unpredictable, try and get Dino to full send it and throw some crouches in there, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. And now we know where Contra is, so this is looking like we're gonna close out the match at 4K2. Again, there are some weird things that could happen if Dino for some reason doesn't remember or doesn't think about the fact that there's a deli in play. That could be something. Dude, very good.
I can't imagine that Deli actually comes into play here. This killer can just get across the map so fast and make anything happen. I imagine this is going to be a pretty shut and dry 4K2 for the killer. So regardless, really well played, and a kind of a explosive start to this match.
Very much. And it's interesting. Dino had, so we can talk about it now. The 3 perks were obviously, the 3 totems were obviously, we had Undying and Ruin, but we also had Devour Hope, this is interesting because I cast a match earlier today, and the first killer came out the door swinging with a Devour Hope, and it actually had some huge value. Very interesting starting your, again, I don't know how you feel about this, Rue, but I feel like Devour Hope sometimes feels like a Hail Mary when you have a really hard win condition. Obviously, it didn't come into play here, but it's a really, I think it's a really interesting pick to come out the door and be first killer with a Devour Hope active. I maybe it can hide your Ruin maybe too. You need break more totems to get rid of all the totems, I guess. But
Yeah,
I don't know
I'll
how
be
you feel
honest.
about that. So
It definitely felt just kind of like a win more perk in this situation because they did camp to second stage twice, and for the situation they were in, it made sense. They had a very early down. There's no reason not to try and camp that to second stage. You know, you're only going to give like a stage or a gen and a half for that generally, so it's pretty safe to do. But yeah, the second camp definitely made Devour Hope null and void for the most part. I don't know. Definitely an interesting build, but regardless, it seemed to have worked out for them in the end. However, one thing that I'm starting to notice now is we actually don't know where Nancy is.
yeah,
And obviously, I think the survivor on hook knows this, and so if they stay on hook another 70 seconds, Nancy won't die to endgame collapse. They'll die to bleed out if they're not found. But oh
no! Clever move. We got the nopers on the ground. The nope slug. Very good point you made there, Rue. And of course, Dino had to find her at the moment you said it.
it is the
Is that tenacity?
curse.
That's tenacity.
No, it absolutely
She's
is.
zooming.
Yeah. That's one of the things I
She's
really enjoy
zooming.
is seeing tenacity in the game more. For the longest time, tenacity just wasn't really ever given any chance to play, and we actually seen a whole lot of it recently. I'm kind of into it.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's not going to matter, but what's the chances she has flip flop?
I don't think it matters because you just Mori, but I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. I'm trying to think of fun scenarios.
There's
So
no
we're probably
fun. No fun.
We'll
Fun at
pick her
all.
up. We'll walk her away.
Now this
right?
is interesting.
Well, no, you have to pick her up to get her off her hatch in case she flops in. But what if you drop? What if she flip flop? If it's flip flop,
Yeah.
she's gonna get off.
But I say, okay, that's fair. In that
Did you
scenario
switch
right
to her?
there,
Did she have it? Did she have it? I don't know if you can switch to her. It's okay if you don't, but I'm just curious if she had it because that could have been closer than it looked. She didn't. Okay. All right.
No.
All right. All right.
It's
Yeah, but
not
you know
very
what I
common
mean?
to see flip flop. Tenacity, yes. Flip flop, not
Well,
so
particularly against a Billy, who like a lot of perks are allowed against Billy, like a high
Yeah.
tier killer. So yeah. Anyways, good match though. Good match. 4K2. Good match by Dino.
much. Yep, absolutely. And with that said, folks, we'll be back in just a moment with the next trial. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 2 of the Hillbilly set. Going to be. Okay, I've heard this name says a bunch of. Is Kuzeka?
It's Kuzeka, or you can just call him Zeka. That's right. Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Or if you want to say it wrong, you can call him Kuzaka, or Zequeza was the worst I've heard it, and I'm not gonna call it the person who said it. That was absolutely
Ooh,
wrong.
but they found. Look at this. They found the no mither player right off the bat.
We are chasing finesse. Good attempt on the curve there. Someone put a tree in the way though, and we do see. I think that was Undying going down already. I think we have 2 totems on the map again. Oh, we found the other one. It's right here.
Yep, and finding
Now, are we-
Ace in the TNL. Yep, there's another one
Bam-
right there. I'm sure they'll be
Bamboozle,
calling that
though.
out.
I think we're gonna go down here. I don't think we make this pallet. Oh, maybe we do. I think we got caught up on the hook there. That might.
They're gonna
Are we
leave.
leaving? Oh, we decide to leave. Okay, interesting, interesting. No corrupt intervention again, which is fair. Almost with the snipe on Dino Melon, but couldn't quite get him there.
They're actually dead.
There we go, got him. Okay.
I was about to say, like, they're
Dino's-
just zoned.
There was a pallet to the right, but you don't get there, right? Like
Yeah, they were
you
just a
go
little
for
bit
it.
too far off for that call up. Maybe a little bit too late. Maybe a reaction a little bit too late. But regardless, that'll be first up coming in.
More gen progress this time than there was last time for Dino. They do have 1 gen almost done at the beginning of the hook rather than at the end of the hook stage. But are we interrupting it here? We are interrupting it. Very interesting. And the unhook does come in on Dino. We're going to go back, it looks like. But Kuzeka now knows that gen is close to popping. We almost got the cutoff bit here, but there's someone put these rocks are really. That rock is a very obstructive rock.
Yeah,
but
it's
he
a
does
very
manage
weird
to
spawn
zone
too
Dino.
for it.
Yeah, it is odd, right? I thought it was odd too. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Anyways, he cuts off Dino here.
They brought Bamboozle. Okay, so they
Yeah.
were looking for these chases.
We are going to see the pallet here. Oh, very patient. That gen does pop.
I say this
Unfortunately,
should be a down here.
Yeah, that window is now gone, and Dino's going to go down. Clearly not the dead hard gamer.
No, but they are going to get a second gen done for the effort. And not going for the pickup just yet. Okay, I'll say breaking the pallet. Going to go for the pickup. Second gen's going to go down for the second fresh hook stage. And they're not down and out yet, but this is going to be kind of hard to pull in the direction they're wanting it to be. They're going to have to essentially get a snipe, leave them slugged, and then go for someone else.
Yeah, like we're playing a pretty standard game here. Chase somebody down them, tunnel them, try and get them out of the game and get down to a 3v1. But the problem is that the win condition is now. Kill everybody before they get another gen done. And the tie condition is only let them get one more. So, Zeka is definitely... Oh, we could almost have got that. It was very close, but... getting some good looping here from the one and only Dame. Are we going to see a curve here? Oh, wow.
Just a little bit too sharp on the curve there. Narrowly missing them once again.
And I don't like this now. I think this is one of those situations where we're so close to a down and he does get it. We're so close to a down, but we've let our tunnel get out of the way. So it's a little... Okay, we are leaving the slug,
and it's the
but
unbreak player.
I think we're a little too late on this. I don't know. Dino's got away.
Yeah, they have to use some killer instinct here and try and figure out where the survivor is. I mean, obviously you tuck them into a corner, so they might actually end up going directly to them. Yeah, there's the pickup as that was the unbreakable.
Now, I wonder if they burned the unbreakable if somebody rotated. We found John Arbuckle, our last healthy survivor. But yeah, so I was trying to say back then, it's like you got so close to downing Dame a few times, and you kind of get in that vision of like, I'll get him the next one. I'll get him the next one, and then I'll go back to the unhook. And I took a couple extra tries to get that down, and as a result, our tunnel out is just hiding on the edge of the map right now. Zeka, not happy to let them have the tie condition yet. Spreading around, looking around, trying to find Dino, leaving John Arbuckle slug, trying to look for these other two. Everybody is injured, so a chainsaw or an M1 will kill them.
This is the ace. I think this is where Ace was. No, not Ace. White.
No, I think this is finesse.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I think it is because I think Dino's hiding and not on a gen. Yeah, Dino is playing exceptionally, like, incredibly safe. Flashbang does go down. Doesn't blind our killer, but also manages to flare out the... that's going to be a swing and hit. Yeah. Okay, Eruption goes off. So Dino's somewhere... Is he on a gen yet? Yeah, Dino's just hiding. Dino's just playing extremely safe while the others just slam away some gens here.
You're slugging the no-mither player. That's so rough.
Again, respect. I am by far, I am the play for the tie, not for the win. Zeka is not playing for the tie. Zeka is playing to keep this game going, try and get this win. I don't know if it's going to work. There's a lot of pressure around the map, and we need to get Dino out of the game, but Zeka has not resigned to taking the tie condition just yet. This generator is cranking away.
Oh,
so close! Good effort. Very close there.
Holding around the T, being very, very careful here. I think this gen's gonna pop. Oh wait, that's not the gen I was expecting. That means they actually get the
Oh my goodness, fast vault! John had, and we got Champion of Light too, so we're gonna be slowed for a few seconds. We're not gonna make that window.
Yeah.
Or we're not gonna make the swing on the window, sorry. And Dame's been healed, and there it is. That's the second last gen, and that's going to be the win for the Chads. Really good effort by Zeka, though. It's just unfortunate we lost our tunnel out and we couldn't find him. I think he's right here, actually. I bet he's right here. I think you just passed him.
That would be the time that you reveal him as like, hey, that survivor you were looking for this whole time. They're right here. Don't you want to get them?
I may be wrong, actually. This might have been Dame.
Player.
Oh, no myth. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and they do get the last gen done, and we're probably going to see some outs on this. Good effort by Zeka. Really good technical play. Unfortunate for him. Fortunate for the survivors that they ended up losing. And then Dino comes out to play. Dino's like, "You want to finish your tunnel out? Let's do this."
Indeed, and yeah, I'd say the result is unfortunate as it doesn't quite reflect how close this game would have been if the result, one more gen was done, but just the way it goes sometimes. It looks like Renato being caught out here. Is there going to be an FTP? Nope, just a smash hit and run away. Sorry, Dwight. I got scared and I'm leaving you. Oh.
I think that was just he did go down under pallet. Really nice curve there by Zeka again. I want to throw out there, yeah, this is going to be a 4K2 to a 3 hook stages, maybe a few more. No, just 2. Just 3. But I mean, honestly, like, that was probably, that could have turned into a 4K1 if we started hooking. Worst case scenario, probably 8 to 10 hooks. Like it was going to be up there, even if they got some outs.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 3. It is the Huntress set and is going to be on the Cold Tower 1. Outcast, look at this. Look at this. Look at this hatchet. Is that not amazing? Look at that costume.
What is that? Oh, it's the Valentine's Day one. It is beautiful. It's wonderful. Huntress has some interesting, like, as far as like the stuff that they've come up with for an original character, has some really interesting both weapons and outfits. Obviously, you got a lot of dead animals on her, but some of them are cooler than others. Pulls up the hatchet. Dame manages to get around the corner. Is it crazy that I know Dame so well that I knew it was Dame was Renato before even thinking about it?
You know, I don't blame you. Every survivor tends to have their go-to, and already vaulting that the maximum number of times, that is going to be an early block on that window. And oh no, okay, I was about to say, did they actually lose track? No, they didn't. They actually did manage to catch back up. Winding up, no Rose Root. This is gonna be just
very close.
Very close.
This is the third game. I mean, I get it with Billy. We don't have a corrupt. No, we do have corrupt. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me. I for some reason I thought there was no corrupt intervention. Ignore what I was saying. Sorry. Dame has made some progress to edge map here. The fact that Dame got out of main without going down was pretty impressive. Does clip the sort of back heel of Renato's foot there, and we are going to see our down here. As some gens are getting done, they are doubling that one, trying to get it done. If we get a pain res quick, though, that will not finish. It's going to be very close. Is that 2 different gens? I think it's 2.
I say, yeah, it's 2 people on the gen, and it looks like they are actually going to finish right before the pain resonance comes in, even with agitation. To be fair, though, there might have been a closer pain res, but I like what the Huntress did there. They put them in a huge dead zone behind main building, and now you just have this entire area with your 3-gen around it just completely blocked off.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. We were watching the gen and not watching the hook. I think that was more about hook placement than it was about finding the nearest
Absolutely.
pain res. The fact that the back there was a pain res is actually really beneficial to Zeka here, our Huntress. And yeah, we broke out the wall up top in main, so we got like bird's eye view in a couple different directions. Survivors are gonna have to be really careful here. We do have a 3-gen with this mid-gen connecting for a 4th up top, I believe.
Yeah, there's one at the top, but it's behind. It's completely behind a double window wall, and there's no meaningful way that Huntress can really oppress that. And actually, Survivor sneaking back while this Huntress was not looking. Now, I will say I don't think they're in super big danger of having an issue there, as Huntress still has line of sight on them. Actually, they made a lot of distance. They didn't bother trying to heal or anything. They actually just made a beeline and get out, and that might be what the servers need in this situation.
Yeah, this is very much, okay, listen, we got a 3-gen plus a top mid-gen. We need to get the heck out of good hatchet, Zeka. Oh my goodness, and we had Finesse there ready to throw the pallet to let Dame greet it, but the hatchet does clip Dame and goes down. I think we're scared of a flashbang or a flashlight right now. We might be looking for a little bit more progress, but...
That pallet save, I think, was to actually allow the server to get into position on one side with a flashbang and a...
Oh my god, they threw the flashbang and the flashlight!
Doubling
They're
up.
a bully squad!
Oh my word, they actually doubled up to ensure that save, and they do get it for what it's worth.
Yep.
Second gen going down, however, Renato not able to get to Shaq's side and will take another down.
Good job. Although that was our top side. That was our 11 o'clock gen, sort of left side of main.
Right.
So that was breaking up the 3-gen a little bit. I think it was, right? Yeah, so this top mid-gen sort of in the middle of the field outside of main, right to the left of our hook here, that's now part of our 3-gen. Survivors have done a really good job both attacking the gens and getting that gen Dame running in the right direction and getting support from his team, put them in a good position here to get towards the late game here.
Indeed, and Survivors just splitting up, trying to get the gens worked on. Looks like they actually aren't gonna... Oh, that was a...
Good hatchet!
That might have been a mistake. You do not want to give Huntress free tags like that. This is one of those killers, I feel like, if you give them a free tag, they're kind of like Executioner, and they snowball really bad.
Well, definitely. And now Z-Slasher, who's down by Shaq, I mean, unless you give tons of room, Z-Slasher can't get the save now. So now you can come up, pressure the top side, and wait and see if one of these guys are going to go for the rotation. Now, if they're communicating well, Z-Slasher could go get that save now. but it's unclear if that's going to come in. They're going to let him dangle a little bit. Nope, Z just either blew a gen or fast vaulted. Good juke there by Finesse, though.
I say that was a really big hatchet to try and hit. That's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. However, they will be able to possibly interrupt this. Oh, they didn't see them coming in at the last second.
That's too bad. That's too bad. Yeah, because as I was saying, Z Slasher could not get that save without ample room. But unfortunately for Team Meadow, there was just a little too much room given there. Dame is one hatchet away from death. We got 3 hatchets in a dream right now. That looks like we are.
Oh, they held that.
Good. And another gen pops up topside, so we got a pretty good split on our gens now.
This could almost be a hit tank if they were able to rotate Dino around, but ooh, that pallet drop actually didn't end up punishing them too much. Okay, I swear, does this survivor have like MFT or something?
I don't know. Actually, that's a really good question.
They don't. No. They were just really juicing around that edge, and that is 4 gens done for the survivors. No gen split whatsoever for this killer. And while they had a pretty dang good start, survivors definitely brought it back into their favor, I would say. But now with the 3v1 inbound, we'll have to see what Huntress can make of it. We did see that they had Eruption earlier. They've got 3 fresh pain res to use. See what they make of it here in a second.
I want to throw this out in defense of Kuzeka here. Remember at the beginning where we almost lost Dame a little bit at main and stuff like that? Dame was rocking Lucky Break. I don't know if we noticed at the time, but I just saw it there. Yeah. So that explains a little bit about why Zeka had trouble tracking around main building there. Nice thing is we do have sort of 3 gens that are in line of sight of each other.
True. They are open lanes.
Yeah. They're not close. This one's definitely secluded off by Shaq, but...
Oh, they wanted to thread that one. Again, notice the survivors are only going to get hit by the tail end because that is how tight they are on these loops against a 110 killer, but survivors already pre-running at every single stage. However, this could be a tag on. No, they're not going to try and risk it. I'm wondering if this was Meadow's choice, right?
I'm not. I would presume as much because they're attacking first. Yeah, attacking first. They're killer first. Yes. I think this is Meadow's pick. Yes.
I'm kind of surprised. Again, maybe Cats came prepared for this matchup. Another champion alike coming in, slowing them down a little bit. Waiting for that blind to go. Oh my goodness, that blind took forever.
That might have been a chain.
Think about the poor casters that have to watch your screen. We're so blind with it. Come on. Oh, that was a nice tag onto the foot, though.
Zeka is doing something that is very difficult to do with Huntress. Unless she clearly knows what you're doing. So many hatchets, like you said, the survivors are hugging every loop. His hatchets are just absolutely kissing the edge of the wall without slamming into them. Doing a really good job on that. Yeah, of course I say that and then misses. And that will be the last generator. We are gonna need to see it down immediately if we want to get more than 6 stages. I would imagine that the survivors are gonna be opening that bottom, the sort of shack
this survivor
side door.
I was gonna say this survivor has hope. Look at this.
Uh-huh.
Oh no!
Oh no! Z-Slasher!
Hope! Okay, for reference, folks, in my professional opinion, this survivor never should have been caught. They were 3% slower than the killer around a tight loop like that. But
that's my son. That's my son, Z-Slasher. There, I'm ashamed of you, son. I'm kidding, guys. I'm good friends with Z-Slasher. I used to play with him, so I told him if he dies to something silly, I was gonna tease him about it. So.
No.
6 hooks though, really well played by Chad. 6 hooks, 2 fresh, so that's very winnable for the Chad's killer coming up.
Yeah, I would say that's almost a. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 4. It is now Chad's turn to play the killer, see what they can do with it. Pretty standard corrupt. Actually, this is like straight up mirror come to last game.
Kind of, yes. We got the we have the middle gens kind of off to the side here this time, but pretty similar. This hill in the middle could be spicy. If you get a hook on the top side and you can just camp that hill, that could turn into something interesting. We are aware. Oh, good sniff out on Contra here. Quick hit, and we are probably not going to make it very far. There's not a whole lot in this middle area. Someone might be coming into hit tank. I can't tell. Or maybe we're just running around. Good dodges,
is that Rose Root?
I don't know.
Those partial windups are really fast.
Interesting.
Yeah, they have Rose Root. I knew it.
It is Rose Root. No halved. No oak half. That's interesting. And we got Agi again, so we're moving out. Okay. This must be must be the closest pain res. Are we liking the bottom side gens here? Is this what's happening?
I saw two.
Is there a third one on the sort of right side? Or yeah, the right side? Yeah, there is. Oh wow, there is. Okay. 1, 2. And there's one by water tower there too.
This is a pretty good 3-gen. We'll see what Survivors are able to do. Ooh,
oh my goodness, did he know? Did he know or did he sniff it out? I'm so confused. I don't know. I mean, we saw Ada running around before.
Oh.
Very fast 2-tap. And another tap on Zeka. This is falling apart real quick for our Survivors, guys.
Yeah, this is really nasty.
Ambitious shot there. Zeka's trying to zigzag. Serpentine. Okay, he's fine. He got out of there. But this is still looking rough.
Yeah, this is not how you try and win the previous scenario.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys gotta keep it to less than 6 hooks, 3 fresh, in order to force the tiebreak here. And Dino's probably going to be pretty comfortable just camping this out to second stage. Letting it unhook at this point would be giving a gift to the Survivors, I think.
Absolutely, and yeah, they are going to secure second stage there. Jet is cranking away, but we're still at 5 gens. I'm about to say, I don't know what you can do here, actually. You've got too many tags for free. Those are too many clean hits onto Furious. Like, I think what happened is they noticed there wasn't a crow on the rock. And so, like, there's a crow on that rock usually. I didn't see it fly away, but that means someone might be here. And they just, they checked.
Insanely big brain, and that's a really good point, I wonder, right? This is Lily, I think, the only healthy survivor on that generator. Saw the person coming out. We can camp this to death. There's no gens done.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. They might rotate someone in very last second. What on earth is happening to Nia on that hook?
Is there something weird happening? I didn't see.
Yeah, look at the animation. It's just like constantly replaying.
Oh, you know what it is?
What?
Well, it's because I think that anti-camp is on and he's faking it.
Or is it the? Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
It's anti-camp. Does that stop skill checks?
Oh my goodness, I hate that. I hate that look so much. It might be stopping skill checks.
Does it stop skill checks? Is this big brain? All right, they do crank 2 gens for that, but now we're in a situation where any 3 stages on 2 different survivors is going to be a win for Dino Melon here. We didn't get this gen done here, which was kind of we got the gens the furthest away from the bottom done, furthest away from main done, and we found the reset. We're in trouble.
Oh no! I say this
Good
is.
Juke, but...
Oh, that's rough.
Valid.
I think what ends up happening here is you just go for 1 hook on each to get your pain res just to play the. Well, okay. Or you could do what everybody else does, and they're like, I'm just gonna play this in the most standard way possible. I'm gonna tell you out 1 at a time.
There's that too. It all depends on what opportunities the survivors give you, right? So,
right.
If you now run away and tag somebody, the other 2 are healthy now, so that's the best case scenario you could have in this situation. We held off on that kick there to make sure Eruption gets off cooldown. While Eruption. By the way, for both of these games, this middle area has been an absolute ghost town. Oh,
True.
Oh, that would have been. Oh, that's interesting. When they were healing in main, there, good snipe there through the window on Lily. When they were healing in main, there, Furious healed Kuzeka, and now Furious has second wind up. So
True.
2 for the price of 1 heals. Oh my goodness!
If that wasn't Rose Root, that would have been a hit.
Yeah.
Nice thread there through the tree and the rock.
Beautiful. Yeah. Lily's feeling that one.
I say now they're just gonna go around and just musical pain res.
Yeah, and we are 1 hook because we got 3 fresh hooks now. We are 1 hook away from Chad's taking the game, the set, and the match. Looks like there's a little bit of gen progress happening over here. So at this point, you have to finish all the generators, and a good snipe again on Furious. Dino's hitting every shot. Yeah, for real. Wow.
And then you just hold down this choke point. Really punish any survivor coming in. Any survivor that comes in here is going to be hook trade effectively.
Yep. Yeah, you can't get. I don't think you can get this unhook. And if you go to there, yeah, that was disgusting.
That's game.
That is actually game. You can't get the save now. No one can come and get the save.
And they're sniping.
Was Furious not seeing or just not believing? It was one of the two.
It's Rose, you can't react.
I guess, but like you see the windup coming a little. Like I don't know, poking her head out, looking at you with her hand up in the air. I think you could have moved. I don't know whether they weren't looking and didn't see, or if they just didn't think there's no way that you get this hit. But regardless. That's going to be 4K3 for Dino Melon, and that is going to be a decisive victory in this Huntress set for the Chads. The first, again, the scoreboard's going to look a little wonky here. It's going to have Chads way ahead. The Billy match was close. This match, Dino came in with a mission, and that mission is accomplished. So,
yeah, for sure. This was a pretty open and shut set. They've just played this super clean and very dominant fashion. And we didn't mention it much before, but this was actually somewhat of an important match, as both Meadow and Chads were 2-2 for the season so far. So this puts them at 3-2. So Chads might be able to break into the playoff category based on this win if they continue to win out through their season. So very pivotal match for both of these teams, but that will be all there is for this match. So with that
very
said,
entertaining. Both Huntresses, by the way, were hitting really. Zeka got in chases and, like I said, hugged the walls with the hatchets, and Dino threaded the needles and hit the through that rock and tree, hits the edge right beside the generator. They both showed off incredible skill in different ways. Really fun to watch. Too bad that it wasn't a little bit closer on the scoreboard.